Welcome to today's Business and Technology Academic and Career Pathway, or ACP workshop. The focus of today's presentation is on accounting, business, and hospitality. I'm one of the business faculty, Annie No, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to our business department chair.
Hi, my name is Delores Loedel, and as Annie mentioned, I am the current department faculty chair for the Business Administration Department. And I am also a CMA, Certified Managerial Accountant, and Certified Bookkeeper. And I'll talk a little bit about those certifications and a few others a little bit later. So first I want to just tell everyone that I attended community college. I attended at Grayson County Community College in Denison, Texas, quite a few years back. And then I transferred to the University of North Texas in Denton, Texas, where I received my bachelor's and master's in accounting. And I always want to tell students that my experience at the community college really did help me when I transferred. Not only did I feel prepared, I felt like I was actually kind of a more prepared than a lot of my peers who had been at the university already. So I always feel like you're in a really good place here at MiraCosta College, and that it's going to prepare you for your career ahead of you and for any educational advancement that you're going to pursue in the future. After I finished with my degrees, I worked for Electronic Data Systems, EDS, in Plano, Texas. First, I worked as an intern while I was going to the university, and then I was hired there after I received my degrees. And I think we're going to talk a little bit later about internships, so make sure and pay close attention to that, because internships are a great way for you to get valuable experience as you're going to school. Then I transitioned into the government sector, and I worked for General Dynamics for several years. I eventually was working there as an accounting manager. That's how I actually got my transition to California, was through General Dynamics. So I completed the CMA and the CB certification, Certified Bookkeeper, which I mentioned. There's a lot of different certifications in accounting that can really help you advance your career. There's the CPA also, which Certified Public Accountant, which most people have heard of. That's one of the most known certifications in accounting. But there's a lot of others that you may not have heard about. There's the Enrolled Agent, and this is one where you can take a few tax classes at MiraCosta, and then you can pass the exam, and you can actually work in tax and make a nice wage without getting a four-year degree. So it's something you can work towards and then continue your education as you're working. There's also the CIA, which is Certified Internal Auditor. There's a lot of different certifications in accounting that students can work towards. We have a couple of different accounting certificates and associate degrees, and those are our accounting and our bookkeeping degrees. So you can get the certificate of achievement, and then in accounting, and then you can also, of course, take the general education requirements in order to get your associate degree for transfer in accounting. We also have what we call the certificate of proficiency, which is less units that are required for those. And that's our computerized accounting application. We have accounting assistant, the income tax preparer, the income tax professional, and also the payroll professional. So what some students like to do is get those certificate of proficiencies first, and that gives you enough units and some experience and some education in those areas that perhaps you can get an internship, and then maybe you can move on and get a job in the industry in accounting. And then you can take those, and they're kind of like stackable certificates, such that then you can move to the certificate achievement, and then you could decide to get an associate's degree. When I actually went back to school after being out for a while, I went right after high school, and then dropped out after one semester and worked for several years. Found myself working in bookkeeping for a bank, and was doing some bank reconciliations and things like that. And I found that I had a kind of a knack for accounting and enjoyed it. Went back to the community college, and I was not intending to get a degree at that time. I was just taking some accounting classes because I was enjoying it. I was just exploring. I was taking some banking courses, And before I knew it, I was like, nope, this is what I want to do, and ended up with a master's in accounting. So um, you never know where it's going to lead you. Explore, take some classes, and you never know, you might end up with your master's in accounting one day. So we have many student success stories that we could share with you, but I'll just highlight one of our own here because some of you may know Hamed. He is a faculty member actually here at MiraCosta part-time. And he was also, of course, a MiraCosta student at one time. So he graduated from MiraCosta in 2011, so not that long ago. He transferred to SDSU. He earned a bachelor's and master's in accounting, and he shows us all up. He had a 4.0 GPA for both. Pretty impressive, very impressive. So he worked for PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. They're the second largest professional service network in the world. They're one of the big four accounting firms. And so he worked there for a little bit, and he became an experienced audit associate. And he also completed his CPA during that time frame. He has now transitioned into industry. He's currently working for Seismic Software, and he's a general ledger supervisor, a project analyst, I believe that's what that's supposed to say, and he works in forecasting. He completed his CPA in 2016, and just like getting his 4.0 CPA, a 4.0 GPA, he passed his CPA in his first sitting, which is not that common. So he's a standout star. Then we have a lot of other standout stars that have gone through MiraCosta that maybe didn't have a 4.0 GPA, but have still done very well. So, but he's one of our own. As I mentioned, he's currently working, teaching part-time for us and in accounting. So we've got a lot of classes that you can check out and kind of get your feet wet. Some of these are, of course, required for our different certificates that we have and our degree plans. But I'm just going to run through some of these. These are most of our classes. We've got a few others, but I'm going to kind of roll through these. We have Accounting 101 and 201. Now, these are similar in the fact that, sorry, this is my husband's phone going off right now. The 101 is practical accounting, and 201 is financial accounting. And they're similar, except that the practical accounting is more for those that are looking at working more for a sole proprietorship. The financial accounting is more corporate. And if you're planning to transfer and go to a 4-year, then the 201 is what most people want to take. Some people take both, and actually 101 is listed as a not required but preferred for students to take before the 201, and it is helpful. Not everyone does that though. Then after you take 101 or 201, you can follow up with 102 and 202, practical accounting 2 and managerial accounting. And then we have 104, which is payroll accounting. We have a great payroll program now. That's a relatively new class that we've added, and a lot of students are finding that very helpful in gaining employment in the industry. 145 and 146, we have other tax classes, but those are two of our basic tax classes, the income tax, basic individual income tax, and then the taxation for business entities. And those classes can help you if you're interested in working in tax. You could take the enrolled agent exam, and you do not have to have a 4-year degree in order to sit for that exam, become an enrolled agent, and then actually work in industry helping with tax matters and whatnot. So we have 148, which is computer accounting. That's QuickBooks currently. So we have some great classes there for you, kind of put it into practical matter, because 101, 201 will teach you the foundation behind the scenes. And then the 148 is what you'll do in the real world, right? You'll use the computer system to do your accounting. Business Mathematics Accounting 158 is another great course. This course is got a little bit of a mixture of business math, but also some personal math, which is helpful for individuals because we cover student debt and things like that, all kinds of different installment notes. We talk about credit cards. So students find it very practical for personal matters as well as for business matters. So those are some of the great classes that you can check out. We've got some excellent professors teaching all of those. Our three main professors, besides myself, our full-time faculty, we have Mike Deschamps and Eric Carstensen, and then we have a lot of great part-time faculty as well, which you met one of those earlier, Hamed.
Thanks, Dolores.